Hey, I'm Justin Baldoni, and Variety asked me to show you some pictures from my camera roll. Okay, photo number one. Okay, oh, this is a FaceTime like screen grab, and I had it was 8 in the morning, and we had just wrapped like a 16-hour day. It was the final day of shooting. It Ends With Us. And this is me and my wife. She couldn't be there on that final day, but it was like, this had been such a hard shoot, as it was my first time directing and acting, and my company was producing, and I had put so much into it, and she knew just how much I cared about this film. And so I FaceTimed her when we wrapped, and I was just like crying, and I was like, baby, we did it, and she was crying. That's the thing, find somebody that cries whenever you cry. What made me interested in It Ends With Us? So about 5 years ago, I was just starting Wayfarer Studios, and I was looking for films that could speak to the human experience, and I was sent It Ends With Us. I got hooked in the first chapter, and I was sobbing by the end, and I just knew that it was a movie that I had to make, and that Wayfarer had to make. It took 4 years, 5 to get us here, and it's finally coming out. Casting Blake Lively, super intimidating, first of all. I remember our first meeting, I was so nervous. She's like a creative force, and also so funny and charming and disarming when you meet her. I just knew right away that she was Lily, and I'm just so grateful that she agreed to do this. I think it was really sweet for me as the filmmaker to see that the fans felt that we honored their vision and kind of what they had imagined as an example, like Lily Bloom's to be and to look like. We spent a lot of time trying to get that right, because you only have a few lines of description in the book. It's always scary when you're adapting a book, because you don't know. You don't know what the fans have created in their mind, and you have millions of readers, and every person sees something a little bit different. So the fact that it was so overwhelmingly positive just really warmed my heart. Oh, this was a couple days ago. I'm trying to raise a fearless girl, and it's very hard, because you have older generations in the family that get very scared when my daughter does crazy things. So there's a lot of like, be careful and don't do that. And I'm trying to like tell everybody, relax. Like, it's okay. To do dangerous things carefully, I think, is a good, beautiful thing. And so my daughter loves to climb. So this is a photo of all of her older aunts and uncles. We're talking about people in their 70s and 80s, resisting the urge to say, get down from there. And I was like cheering her on as she was scaling this, what is this? It was like this lamppost. And she was just scaling it fearlessly. And I was looking at my family, just telling them all she was safe. Like, it's okay, don't say anything. And then she got down and I gave her the biggest hug, and she was so proud of herself for doing it. And that's how we're trying to raise her. Parenting is like the greatest gift. Speaking of parenting, this is me and my son. He came to visit me on set. My beautiful boy, who still loves to kiss his daddy. This boy teaches me so much about life. He wakes up with joy. I tell him every day how proud I am to be his daddy. Okay, all right, this photo, this was like day, I don't know, like 36 of the shoot. And this was my 40th birthday. I had a few friends fly out. My best friend's Travis, my baby sister, my friend Mitra. This is my producing partner and other bestie, Jamie Heath. And I actually was so sick that night. I ended up with like 103 fever. They were there like, I don't know, giving me all their energy. And it was just a really sweet way to spend my birthday, getting to do what I love and with the people that I love. All right, this was a couple days ago. The kids were out with their Nana and Papa. We live outside of LA. And I was reading and she was reading. She stopped me because she was reading this book to me. And then I just took this picture. She was wearing this feral hat, which I love so much, because this is very much my wife, if you knew her. And it was just this beautiful kind of picturesque moment with the Topotoma Mountains behind her. And sometimes I take pictures to remind me of what actually matters. This is what matters. Oh, this is so sweet. So Wayfarer Studios produced Garfield, and getting to take my kids to the Garfield premiere, they got to hug Garfield, which was very exciting for them. It was such a sweet movie, and it did so well, and we're so thrilled with it. But I just want to make movies for my kids. So I love this picture. I love this picture so much. So my daughter just turned 9, and she wanted to have a Harry Potter themed birthday party. And so this is my sexy witch wife. We had a blast, but I just love this picture. And I joke because like she's a witch in real life. Like she's doing all the like magic stuff and like the healing stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, this is who I'm married to. All right, speaking of Harry Potter, my sister showed up as Moaning Myrtle. She made Maya a homemade, gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free cake in the shape of the castle, in the shape of the school. Okay, here's a good one. This is a photo of, my wife took this picture. My new assistant, this was his job interview. He's 6'6", and he is a former D1 basketball star. And I just happened to have a hoop in my backyard. And I told him that if he beat me, he could have the job. And he was very smart to let me beat him, because I hired him immediately. All right, this is a beautiful picture. So for my 40th birthday, I was shooting and then we were editing, and I didn't get a chance to be with my closest group of men. And so all my best friends and I and my father went on a men's retreat together, designed just for us. So this is a picture of Jamie dancing in the middle, my dad, one of my other dear friends, Adam, Garrett, Lucas, and there was 11 of us in this house. This is just such a sweet moment of all of us men just being free, which is one of my wishes and prayers for not just myself, but for all men, that they can experience like freedom in their bodies, freedom to express, freedom to feel, freedom to yell, freedom to be angry when they're angry and then be sad when they're sad. And getting to do that with my dad was really special. It was the best birthday of my life. So this was just like 2 days ago. This is me and my wife. She was just taken off to go to England for a women's retreat. And I just snapped this picture, and she started crying and buried herself into my new beard. And it's just so sweet. This is just so much of our relationship, her hand on my heart, and I can't get enough of her. When we started this movie, we had never been apart for more than a week. And over the course of the film, we did 4 months apart with seeing each other like in the middle. So we'd see each other for like a week. And it's really hard, which is why I say that this movie couldn't have happened without my wife, because she didn't just like hold me up, like she held up the family. She took care of the kids. And I don't think mothers get enough credit for the work that they do at home while we, our husbands or wives, go out and chase our dreams or make money. So yeah, she's incredible. And then I think this is the last picture. So this was last night. I'm really trying to teach my kids mindfulness, because I'm trying to learn mindfulness. And last night we had the most beautiful sunset where we live, and we went out and we just sat and we said some prayers together. And we just sat and we took deep breaths for 5 minutes, which I'm sure for them felt like 2 hours. And they did amazing, and they just sat there. And then I took this picture when they didn't know everything was perfect, except their mama wasn't there, so then we FaceTime mama. And because so much of this industry and this work takes me away from them when I am home and the time that we're together, so long as we're present, like it doesn't even matter what we're doing. But yeah, I just think it's just being present with them